women are
weird is
like,
it now?
It's
How
so
they're like
uncomfortable.
postpartum. Like, hold on, she killed 3 kids. Out, you're out.
well, there
End of
are
conversation.
Well, actually, there are a lot of women who are like, oh, I've had postpartum depression. She went through a psychosis. So a friend of mine's mother was taking. He's pretty famous. She was taking a SSRI. It affected her so much that she killed her nephew, her husband, and herself. And she was a great housewife and a great mother and everything with so much to live for. People have psychotic breaks. This is obviously horrible and the worst of them all.
Well, my favorite part of this whole thing is over the years, women being like, believe all women, believe all women. And then the lady is like, I killed my kids. And they're like, shut the fuck up. No, you didn't.
No, I think the main
No,
thing
with
is
her, it's like she's like, oh, I was crazy.
yeah.
I was crazy. And you're like, okay, you still killed 3 kids.
Yeah. And there's
So what,
she's
you should get off?
going to jail. But what most people are saying
She
is
might not. That was she's trying to go to
like reason of insanity or something,
Well,
there's
psychosis break.
She'll go to insane.
there's
Yeah, that's
actual
fine.
lunatics
I don't have a problem with that.
online that are like, you go through TikTok and there's actual girls who are like, well, if you look at her astrology chart, there's no way that it was not a man who didn't do this crime. And you're like, you're a fucking
yeah, you
moron.
gotta stay off TikTok. No,
She's crying on the stand.
her thing. People like women are defending her because they're like, we've had postpartum. It's awful. Men don't realize what we deal with. I'm like, no, I hear you. I'm sure it's bad. You strangled. You murdered 3 innocent children. We got to put you down. Yeah, but she was crazy. I know. We got to put you down.
You could go,
Dim the rules.
hey,
she wants to, she wants to die.
Yeah, good.
Like she's saying that to her, but it's not good, Brendan, because you're talking about somebody who we don't know the extent of what psychosis is. And there are people that have breaks that have no control over themselves. And it's a horrible thing. It's a very extreme example, but sometimes people are genuinely out of their mind and are literally crazy.
She was able to talk
It's
her
why
way.
we have an insanity defense.
She was able to talk her way out of the mental hospital and get back to her kids. You know what I mean?
Sure, but I'm just
But
saying
that being said,
that we
you
don't know
can-
it. Like we just don't know really, unless you're that person. We don't know what happens to people. That we do know that you can have a lesion on your brain, things like that. It turns you absolutely psychotic and crazy. So I don't, I always think to myself, put her in a hospital, put her in an insane asylum, put her, whatever it
aren't
is. She's
the
in her own hell.
Doctors saying that she's not psychotic, like
Yes.
the actual doctors.
I don't know.
Yeah,
So, but that being said,
but that's the
think-
problem. You don't know. That's the issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know. And you're saying, well, she was psychotic, but you're not following the case.
No, I don't know. I'm saying.
So to
that-
just be like, oh, she's crazy. It's not fair to say that. It's like,
No. When I
You haven't
see
been
people,
keeping up
but
with
when
it.
I see
She
people do
murdered
something
3
so
fucking
insane,
children.
when people tell me to do something so insane, they were out of their minds.
here's the thing you can do.
maybe
Here's the thing you can
there's
do.
some that do that. Then there's some that do kill their kids and they're not out of their minds. They're just bad fucking people.
I don't know about that, but
This
yeah.
is what you can do. You can look
Bad-
at it.
So what do we do?
They're bad people. Well,
Here's what I think you could do.
punishment is a different story, right? So something has to be done, right?
We
She's
can't
probably
ha-
going to spend the rest of her life behind bars because, like you said, it's like,
You know what you can do? You can look at it and go, wow, that's horrible that this person went through this psychotic thing. I feel very bad. But also, you killed 3 kids. You need to pay for that crime.
we're going to get to a point.
Fact.
Is what I'm trying to say is that I think we're going to end up at a point where people will say that we're going to find out maybe that in some of these cases that person had a certain thing going on in their brain, and then the question becomes, and if it was you would have done the same thing, right? Because you had a psychotic break. We know people have psychotic breaks because they kill everybody in themselves. We just know that they literally have what's called a nervous breakdown or a psychotic break. And punishment is a very separate issue. But there are things where people have a psychotic break. They had a moment of insanity. They go to a hospital for a long time and then come out. But I
think punishment
it raises
is like the
those
issue
questions.
that we're trying to figure
Punishment,
out right now.
yeah.
Because
we
how
all
do you-
want punishment when 2-3 innocent children are killed. We're all like, of course I understand. I'm just saying this feels like somebody who is absolutely crazy.
Well, yeah, you don't do
I
that
don't
when
know,
you're in your right mind. You don't. Because
Yes.
strangling people with
This is the ultimate crime in society and history, right? When a mother kills her children, it's the ultimate crime. It's Medea.
And it's worse when you strangle because it's probably the most personable way of killing somebody.
Yeah, man.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that if you're... No one in their right mind does that.
Yeah, man. We've had these stories about, you haven't slept. I don't fucking know, dude. It's horrible.
Remember Chris Benoit?
Yeah.
Was there how much GoFund money did they raise for him?
0.
Was there 0?
Chris Benoit.
0.
Yeah. He killed his wife and kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
there's a lot of that too.
It's CT, it's steroids.
But the thing where you start questioning the punishment, no one in their right mind kills people. No one just having a happy day and just decides I'm going to murder everybody. Usually there's something wrong with you as a person. So.
I would say she's in her own private hell. Apparently on the stand, she's like, I want to die and all that. I mean,
But blaming the girls.
When you
blaming
come
the husband,
to after that,
because he looked up song lyrics, you know what I mean? 2 years ago is crazy. That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
To blame the husband for this. Can you imagine coming home and
they're blaming the husband?
Yeah,
I love it.
Crazy ass.
Because he looked up a guy he likes, a musician who committed suicide.
These are the same people that say women should have all the same rights, but you treat women like folding flowers, right?
Okay, say that's the case, right?
Yeah.
What should be the consequence of killing your family if you're on a medication?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what I mean?
It's a good question. We have to have the conversation.
Yeah.
If there are drugs that I could give you that make you, we know that there are drugs that can make you crazy.
It's not even a conversation for me.
But there are drugs that would make you completely crazy. I could turn you into a babbling psychopath with certain drugs. So what about that?
Yeah, but to kill your kids, I don't think that either way you're going to.
You don't know that. There are drugs that make you insane. Absolutely.
But I'm saying,
but even if
you do it, you go to jail, you
unpunished?
die. That's it. If you do it, you go to jail, you die.
But if you are prescribed certain medication by medical doctors, just plain devil's advocate, okay?
Yeah.
Medical doctors. You have postpartum depression, whatever it is, I want to kill myself. They give you 10 drugs, okay?
Uh-huh.
And those drugs induce a psychotic state. Are they, you're trusting your doctors, you're getting medical advice, you don't know. So what is their responsibility? Michael Jackson's doctor went to jail for murder or for manslaughter because he prescribed him way too much. So
my doctor put me on painkillers. I got addicted, fucked up my life for a long time. But guess what? That's on me to change that up. But
every case is different, but I'm just saying if you have doctors that put you into a state of psychosis, I'm telling you right now, legally, that's going to play a factor.
Yeah, but killing your kids, Bryan.
Obviously, I know the crime is. We're using this is a very hard case, but these are the cases that get adjudicated, right? These are the case. This is it. So what do we do? Does it play any factor?
I mean, you could say it does or it doesn't, but at the end of the day, once the crime is committed, are you completely just?
That's what makes it so hard. Because all of us want accountability because it's a horrible tragedy, right?
And then
what you can do is just go, we can make it really simple. You're going to jail forever. Finished. And then work all that stuff out.
Question would be, was she an awesome person before this?
I haven't heard that question. I haven't heard that.
I mean, it's not a bad question.
Good question.
It's not a bad question.
Oh, you don't need to Google it, Jen. No, she wasn't. You fucking morons.
I want to see.
No, she was a terrible person, and now she's blaming on medication. She strangled 3 young kids.
But what?
She sucked. What? Also, do you know people that are taking people that suffer from this shit? Like when we talk about Aaron Hernandez. Was he an awesome person before? Was Charles Manson an awesome person before?
Hernandez was an awesome player.
No, they all suck, dude. They all suck.
Great tight end.
They all suck. They all suck as human beings.
Might be right, buddy.
They all suck. They're all bad people.
Might be right.
So with roid rage, that guy's
he had a brain tumor.
That guy's always been aggressive.
But he had a brain tumor.
But I will say this about Trent.
Babe, come on. You got to give some leeway.
I have. Didn't want to fuck dudes. Didn't hurt anybody. This is all nonsense.
I'm not going to say
all you're compromised by algorithm. It's all nonsense. Roid rage isn't real. You're already a dick. Then you take this stuff. It gives you an excuse.
You're raging. You're raging.
Relax, dude.
You're fucking raging.
It's all.
I got to piss or I'm going to die.
That lady sucked before all this. Aaron Hernandez sucked before the killings. Roid rage isn't real. Chris Benoit didn't have just take these steroids, start killing his family. That guy sucked before then.
You're a mean judge. You're mean John Brown.
No, you know what I am? I'm a no bullshit judge.
Dude,
is that what you are?
Right
yeah.
And you just bring the gavel down.
But people like this bro culture, like, dude, I took this testosterone. I got super aggressive. No, you're always aggressive, bud. No.
Could it?
Dude, I took this testosterone. I started sucking guys off. Yeah, you've always been gay.
It's in there.
I get pissed.
Brendan Schaub went off on Bryan Callen in a heated argument over Lindsay Clancy. I overall agree with Schaub. I mean, give her the chair or whatever they. Did they even have the death penalty? Well, I don't know. By her name, maybe they do. Who knows? Now, I do get taking that kind of medication can make you crazy and stuff like that, but I, I'm not buying it in this situation. But it is also another instance, though, of how dumb Schaub is and stubborn and can't listen to any nuance. Because when Callen was making that argument about the medication. By the way, this is a lot longer than what I showed you. They even played like clips from Candace Owens saying that this chick is not guilty and stuff like that. So like you're gonna have to check it out on the Full Fighter and the Kid podcast because they went on this for like 20 minutes. But I mean, I guess there is sort of an argument there, like if you're prescribed a whole bunch of drugs, but I don't think it necessarily goes into this case. And there's also a difference between, being prescribed a whole bunch of drugs and doing something to yourself, but then doing something to other people and stuff. Although there is an argument for Manchurian candidate type stuff, but I just like this whole podcast was weird, by the way. What's that background noise? I think Chin had to find a way to block out the air conditioning sound or something. I know they are in a fucking storage unit, so who knows. But even this podcast, they started off heated at each other, like something happened off screen right before, and they were like heated at each other before they even got into this debate here. But I mean, fake Landau is back somehow. And he said something weird during this podcast that is not in this clip, but they even like called him out, and then you like kind of put a screech on the whole show. So like the whole thing is weird. It's bizarre. It's odd. But I mean, as far as this Lindsay Clancy thing, can you believe like the supporters and stuff outside the courtroom? Like, even if you like to some degree um believe she shouldn't get like what, life or the death penalty or something, to still go stand outside the courtroom is bizarre to me. The whole thing is crazy. You got people divorcing their wives or not getting married because they support Lindsay Clancy, which I completely agree with. Yeah, that'd be odd to marry a woman who supports her and be like, you trying to lay in a built-in excuse here or something? And postpartum depression, I guess it's a real thing, and I don't know. Yeah. Very delicate subject, and having these three redacts argue over it, we are now all dumber for having listened to it. Did he say Aaron Hernandez? Who's Aaron Hernandez? I know who Aaron Hernandez is. Schaub over there with his dumb CTE stuff. But he doesn't believe in any of it or something like that. I don't know. The whole thing was odd and bizarre. Huge argument between them. Rink's always taking up the weird nuance side. Like whenever they would get into their Epstein arguments. But I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.